Hello and welcome to another educational video about screen printing by Catspit Productions. Thanks a lot for clicking on my video today. I appreciate your time and attention. Today's video is a quick tips video, quick tips for screen printing, and this is a question that is kind of part and parcel to some of the things we've been talking about previously about the heat and humidity and this and that, and what the question is how can we cool a screen printing shop, or can we cool down a screen printing shop? Okay, so before I go on, please remember that Catspit Productions sells screen printing equipment supplies at catspitscreenprintsupply.com, so please check out my offerings there. Obviously, with a screen printing shop where you have belt dryers and flash cures and all kinds of stuff that is creating excessive heat within the shop, it is often very difficult to cool a screen printing shop, especially if the shop is very small, like the Catspit shop. Okay, so there's basically one of two ways you can go. Okay, you can either use air conditioning or you can use swamp coolers. Swamp coolers are it's an evaporative cooler working with water that will work very well in low humidity areas like Phoenix, Arizona, the Southwest, the Midwest, some areas of the West, you know what I'm saying, in the desert. We can use evaporative coolers or swamp coolers. Okay, you can Google that for more information on the details, all right? But for those of you who live in high humidity areas, you know, the only way to really cool the shop is to use an air conditioner. Okay, so which is good because the air conditioner will inherently reduce humidity in the shop, so that's a good thing. All right, but there's something to consider. I think that when you're cooling a shop that is producing heat in the shop during production with belt dryers or flash cures and things like this, and that is a tall ceiling, okay, it will be very difficult to cool a shop that has a very low ceiling, like a garage shop or a home shop that you're talking about an 8-foot ceiling, because you don't have any space for that separation of hot air and cool air. Because remember, right, hot air rises and cool air is more dense and it sinks. So if you work in a warehouse where you have 15 or 20-foot ceilings and you duct down to 8 feet, then you have that room for the separation. And when you vent your belt dryer and you do proper ventilation in the shop for the other sources of heat that will draw heat up to the ceiling and out that way, then it is possible to kind of have this hot air above and cool air below in the print shop, and it's not so bad. Okay, so there's a few things to remember when you're trying to cool down the shop with fans. If you use fans or ventilation where you open a window on one side and a door on the other and get a draft running through, you want to be very careful that that draft doesn't affect the temperature inside your belt oven or your conveyor dryer. Okay, so be careful of where you place the fans in relation to the belt dryer or even the flash cure. Okay, and the same goes for vents. You know, wherever your vents are in the shop, you really want to be careful that you don't have some mad forced cool air coming down on your flash cure or your belt dryer. Okay, the other thing to consider about an evaporative cooler or a swamp cooler is that you're going to be adding humidity to the shop. So anytime that you increase the humidity, you can experience problems with curing the ink. So be aware of that as well. All right, so that's just brushing on the very tip, you know, the very surface of cooling your shop. I just wanted to kind of address it very lightly and casually and kind of just make you aware that, you know, in a small garage shop, if you use fans, be very careful of the placement of the fan in your shop, okay? And any kind of cooling system that adds humidity, be very careful. Air conditioners are great. If you can afford to air condition the shop, that's the way to go. All right, thanks a lot for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate your time and attention. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.